Matt Crusader.
And Kilkenny hurling. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls, Balls and All the Breakdown. We are live, of course, with our usual two suspects, or as I call them, the arseholes, including head arsehole here. Matt and, of course, Bishop Lynn. Matt, I'll come to you first on the weekend's games. Leinster 29, Toulon 25. Your thoughts on that one, Matt?
Yeah, look, I mean, we got the job done, right? We'd never beaten Toulon in a competitive competition. So that was like, now look, okay, we haven't played them since, 2015 or something?
16 or 15 or 16 or something.
I could be wrong. Somebody might correct me, but I think it's back then. And the last time we played Toulon, you had like not Dan Carter. What's his fucking name?
Oh, it was the COVID pass as well. Do you not remember that?
Oh, yeah. What it was, that was like 2020, but a stacked team, like unbelievable players on it. And I think we were unlucky not to win that one. But like I said, we'd never beaten Toulon. I had a feeling we'd win, and I had a feeling it was going to be close. I think it could have been. We could have actually done a better job in the game. I thought our discipline was poor at times. Going down to 13 men in the first half, I thought was a bad reflection because, we have struggled with our discipline at times, and it's quite irritating when you see that. And I thought maybe going down to 13 against a team like Toulon, we were going to be in trouble, but they held out. They really did, and they came back out in the second half, and I think they had 5 minutes in the first half, still down to 13, and they actually scored a try. So, you got to say hats off to them. Robbie Henshaw gone within the first quarter of the game. I thought he was very unlucky. I think it was just a case of head on the wrong side, knocked clean out. You got to say fair play to the ref. He just called it straight away. He said, "Look, I can't let play go on. If it was one of your players, I'd be doing the same." And
Toulon weren't happy though. They were basically through at that stage.
They weren't happy. Like you got to look at.
No, you do.
The safety issues.
I know. I do think after they realised that Henshaw was out cold, they accepted it. They had made a lovely break when he blew it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was probably unlucky on them.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, if the shoe, as the ref said, if the shoe was on the other foot, use it, go mad as well. Anyway, he blew it off. Henshaw was looked after on the pitch, and then great to see him with the old thumbs up on the way off on the stretcher. But I suppose seeing him at the end of the game where he's in good spirits and all is great to see. But I think it was just a case of head on the wrong side. They didn't show any replays because when he went down, the arms go out, and he's out. He was gone.
Yeah.
But, look, there again, Leinster were the epitome of consistently inconsistent, and they had times in that game where they were brilliant. They had times in that game when they were poor, and I think looking at the other semi-final with Bordeaux and Bath, if we're not at our top game in that final, it'll be a very, very tough ask, and look, I thought, it was hard to watch at times, especially when things like discipline get out of hand again, and like when your captain on the pitch has his hands on the ball and the referee says no, you take your hands off straight away. You don't continue. You need to have that standard set from your senior players, especially your captain. And things like that they're a little niggly within the squad and the team, and you just don't want to see that, because if that creeps into a final where, Bilbao has been good for us in the past. We won a final in Bilbao already. The good omen is there, but you can't be doing that stuff like that, especially against a team like Bordeaux, and what we don't want to be doing is giving them access into our defensive territory, or giving them access to kick penalties, because you've got a guy like Jalibert who who loves running rugby, and the more disruptive the ball is, he loves picking up scraps. So any drop ball or any dodgy catch or any spilled ball, he's going to be all over it, and he'll be down that, like his carrying, his meters carried in the Six Nations alone are probably off the charts. And I'd say it's probably the same around the Champions Cup, but they've got some serious players. They really have, and they're a serious outfit. And look, we've had. Sorry, Danny.
No, it's a few comments, but if you finish off your point first, and then Matt.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that one, but look, yeah,
you're going somewhere.
I was going somewhere, but the old train of thought, it's not what it used to be. Getting old these days, it disappears fairly quickly. But look,
thanks, like you're 5 months older than me.
Yeah, I know. It's all ahead of you.
Yeah, but no. In fairness, Len's got a good decade plus on you, so maybe get to.
I mean, I suppose the manner that they finished the game out was commendable. Toulon really piled the pressure on, scored 2 tries in that second half. And really narrowed the gap. They were
10 minutes effectively in all fairness. Second half.
Yeah. But like it was a Grand Slam finish, and that's the way you want it to go.
Yeah.
And look, happy enough, but there's a lot more to do, and there's a lot more lads the lads can improve on for the final. So
yeah, it's small little bits and pieces and cutting out the errors. Yeah. Gregory here, even here, Gregory, he said fair play to Leinster. Niall Steins, well, how's the form, guys? I see Matt is outnumbered again. It's like Matt is the diversity hire on Monday evenings.
That's it, man. The rest of them are afraid to come on with the Munster, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, you see, Niall, we have Matt on because his mom is a Munster woman, a good Munster woman, great Munster woman. So he does kind of fit in a little way as well.
Not really, Danny. Not really. You're clutching at straws, very fucking small straws.
I'm still scratching. I'm still grabbing at him. Joe Lyons, Leo, justice for Leinster. Fuck the press. I suppose we get to that in a minute anyway as well. Dara in here, what a game and what an atmosphere, but the attendance they announced was way off the mark. Maybe that was tickets sold, but definitely not ashes on seats.
Yeah.
Peter here as well saw the highlights. Robbie's head was in the wrong position, a rugby instance as it's known.
Look, I didn't see a replay, but that was my initial thought.
It was some hit, but then again, it was much. Tommy O'Brien says on what was it? Australia, was it?
Oh yeah,
that was fucking similar. That was some fuck. You could feel it.
That was a bone rattle. That was a bone rattle.
Yeah. Dara Weston here. 2 things stood out for me on Saturday. Luke Pearce had a rare bad game in that he was inconsistent in his rulings, where he got carded for head contact, but yet Toulon didn't. Sam is a utility back now. If they wanted a utility back, they pick Frawley, but Sam has no business being on the wing.
Yep, agree with that.
Look, he was caught out quite a bit because he has been slated in the past for his tackling.
Yeah.
You don't want to put the chap in a position where he needs to make tackles and putting him on the wing. You need to be making tackles in that back three. That's your last line of defense. And if he can't make tackles, it's blatantly obvious then for all the people online that want to go on and slate him. But I think if they're looking for a utility back, have a utility back that's used to doing that.
Yeah.
Playing example for Frawley. Do you know what I mean? So
I think I said on the group, I think they put him on the bench to come off for a cameo to just build back up his confidence. Yeah. And then they put him on the fucking wing. For fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Now, okay.
20 minutes 12 or something maybe.
Yeah. No. Fullback maybe.
I don't know about fucking putting him in the centre, Danny.
Fullback and throw fucking Keenan on the wing. No, look, the lads are right. You want a utility back, Frawley. So that would have done that 10-minute fucking outing would have done absolutely zero for his confidence. So they made the fucking wrong decision in his management yet again, in my opinion. And again, that's poor selection. That is just fucking, I don't know. Look, I don't know. They're fucking going the right, wrong way about it at the whole time. As I said a while back, leave him in the URC. Just fucking let him there and give him a chance to build back fucking up. Because he has the talent, but confidence is going to be a huge issue, and that wouldn't have fucking done him any good yet again. You know what I mean? And he didn't pick himself, and he didn't send himself out on to the fucking wing with 10 minutes to go. So poor management. And ultimately, if that was going to a tight game, he was wrong not to have him to 23 anyway. It should have been Frawley, because if you're going to have fucking need cover, there's a guy that can cover 3 or 4 fucking spots for you. So
it's a really good point, Len, because like you said, like if that had been tighter, and Toulon were kind of on top of us there, where you're putting a guy on that is probably lacking a bit of confidence anyway, and you're putting him into a position that he's not comfortable in. That could have been a game changer. That could have been like a devastating situation for Sam to be in. Had a missed attack.
Another 5 minutes in that game, it might have completely changed.
If there was no cover there coming in from Ioane to make another tackle, that would have been another try. And that was, what did we win?
Which was, I have to say,
4 points. 4 points.
That could have been the game, and that would have.
And I think that was. I know he got a bit of fucking flack. I know he did miss, and he missed a couple of tackles, and he didn't get a lot of ball on the wing to show his pace. But personally, I thought he had a decent game. I
did too.
He had that tackle on Gail Drian. That was a try-saving tackle. And earlier, I can't remember, it was Ferte or was it Mercer, came barreling down. He read it perfectly. He got low and he took him down. He made 2 try-saving tackles in that game. But that guy, in my opinion, he didn't come over here for the fucking good of his health. He's a competitor. He wants to leave with a fucking Heineken Cup medal in his fucking arse pocket. So my view, I think himself and Tommy O'Brien should start the final. Because I think whatever he's given so far, he'll give fucking 110% in the final, because he'll want to walk away with fucking something to show for his time with Leinster.
Absolutely he will. Absolutely he will.
And if we get a URC medal on top of that, even better again for him.
No, we're going to win that, and he shut the fuck up.
Fuck you then. Go drink some Guinness Zero. Then here, can't say I saw much of the Leinster match as I ended up falling asleep, but I'm glad Robbie is okay after that knockout.
It wasn't that bad, Bev.
It wasn't that bad, to be fair.
I thought it was a good game, actually.
Like if you were a Leinster fan, you were probably nervous in that second half. Do you know what I mean? And that would have kept you well awake.
No, I thought it was a good game, actually.
Yeah, but that's what you want. You want that kind of quality in a semi-final.
Absolutely.
You don't want a one-sided game where somebody's slaughtering somebody 50-0. You know what I mean? It's just no point.
Yeah. Dara Weston, is Danny turning into Trump? Good Munster woman, great Munster woman.
Why is Dara Weston commenting from sidelines? Could he not have come on the show? No,
I did put the offer out earlier on.
You did.
I said I mentioned the 2 of you were going to be on tonight, and I said your space is available if anyone wants to come on.
You did.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe he's a bit camera shy. Sinclair coming in on Gibson Park was a bone cruncher. Oh, I saw that one. All right, that one was a heavy hit. Anyway, I think people who listen to the audio on podcast would be shocked to learn that Denny is only a young nipper. Sorry, Denny, but you have the vocal tone of a much older gentleman.
Much older gentleman. Get it right.
Yeah. You see, that's the advantage of having the Kerry accent. It's good and deep and everything like that. Good song. Good and deep. Good song. Dara, he's from Kerry. Anyone speaking with that accent sounds like an old man, especially the women.
Our 35-year-old John B. Keane. Come on.
Come on. Len, if not for the Henshaw's injury that messed up the bench and the subs coming on, Sam would have played in 10, but putting him in on the wing was all on Neo and the coaches. 2 French speedsters and test players and fucking Fijian. Sorry, but what would that would be tough on any player.
No, but
Is that fine?
that's what we said, Joe. That was their
Yeah.
point exactly. Myself and Matt actually said that. And ultimately, he probably shouldn't have been in the 23 for all he should have been, because when shit like that happens, that's why you need a utility player, not a guy that can only play one position.
Lloyd Steins, I know, right? Denny's the hero of the show. Have you ever put closed caption on when Denny is saying something? Funniest shit you'll ever read. It's like YouTube's AI bot just gives up and taps out halfway through. Fuck it, your guess is as good as mine. Oh,
Yeah, he's not wrong.
You see, now what's happening there is they haven't got the grasp with the Kerry accent to a whole yet. That's why we have our own quote speakers down here. If you've ever seen the Hedge to Hedge from Hot Fuzz, that's what you need in Kerry. You need at least 2 translators. Let's see. There's a good point here by John Peters, right? Sorry. It is better if Sam just plays in the URC. His confidence is shot. Yes, he was playing out of position, but his attempted tackle was awful. And it doesn't matter if you are 10 or 15 or whatever position. If you're poor and only highlighted his deficiencies that need to be addressed, and as such, he needs to rebuild form from bottom and start again.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Do you think he's wrong, Matt? Or would you agree with that?
No, I'd absolutely agree with that. Unfortunately, it has just highlighted his tackling capabilities, and in a final, like we said it after the game. Like he in fairness to him, he is good at kicking and he's good at play. But when you're in a match where you're going to need to put in not only an attacking shift, a defensive shift as well, he needs to be possibly left out of the 23.
Yeah. There's 2 comments here by Dara, and let's see what you make of this one. I wasn't invited personally, plus I'd only got caught out talking when the Q tour goes live without notice. So now it has to be a personal invite. Is that it, Dara? You need to be personally invited. It's an open invite, Dara. It's what we do. We put it out there to everyone, yourself included. It doesn't need to be personalized. Say, please, Dara, come join us.
Myself and Matt aren't even invited. We just fucking turn up.
Yeah, that's it.
We're not invited anyway.
No, we're never.
Those YouTubers are coming on the show. Fucking right we are, Danny.
Yep.
Yeah. To be honest with you, it's Monday night. It's an open kiss. It's an open guest. So there we go. You 2 are the 2 cool lads, along with myself. Dara, again, I've seen the YouTube subtitle, but give up and just put talking when Denny talks.
Spotify one is the same.
Yeah. I said they haven't decoded Kerry yet. It's the cultism, you see.
I don't think
Len,
your thoughts on the Leinster Toulon game?
Look, I just wanted to say to Leinster, congratulations.
How's that?
Please don't take a sip of Guinness, Len, whatever you do.
Yeah, but Danny, I'm conflicted here. Like, contractually, I have to be impartial, and then you dish it. Like, I could be fucked out of Munster if I fucking say too much in fucking their favour. No, look, it was a good win. And it's great to see 2 Irish teams in the fucking final in Europe. It's brilliant. Look, it was kind of. I thought they actually played well. I know Matt, in discipline. There was the 2 yellow cards and they came in quick succession. Porter and Harry Byrne. But look, fucking shit happens. You know what I mean? I just thought. You know what? Actually, I think we give Ian Arbor a fucking lot of fucking stick here about his defence and how it's affected. We perceive it has affected the Leinster attack, but I thought their defence was excellent on Saturday. I thought it was really, really good. A team like Toulon, that French flair, they like to run at you, and a bit like fucking Bordeaux, they can open you up for anywhere, but they didn't get the fucking chance. Leinster contained them the full fucking game. Well, okay, apart from the last 10 minutes, right? But other than that, they were kind of in control of that game. Now, I heard a few people saying they're going to be very worried looking at the stats going into the final. There was, I think it was 80% tackle completion by Leinster and something like 35, 36 missed tackles. But look, we have to remember that rush defence compared to a drift defence, that stat, the missed tackles show up a hell of a lot more in a rush defence than they do in a drift defence. Mainly because you have guys shooting up out of the line or a little bit too early. They miss the tackle. But so long as it's covered by the next guy in, it doesn't really fucking matter. So you can actually have relatively poor stats such as tackle completion and missed tackles and still have it with a rush defence and still have a defensively good game. And I thought he did have a defensively good game, again, apart from the last fucking 10 minutes. So other than that, yeah, I think they just contained them and they done very fucking well. Harry Bourne actually had
a rare bad game.
He had his like at the first 8 minutes, they got a penalty and they opted for the fucking sticks. And look, that's knockout rugby. First rules, keep the scoreboard ticking over. And he missed it. It was a relatively simple one. But then John laid on the same thing a few minutes later. He actually missed a relatively easily fucking. So it was one apiece. And then we had the Conan try. That kind of settled the nerves. But it didn't really settle Harry's nerves because
actually, it was good coming here by Peter. He said Harry Byrne looked nervous for the first 20 minutes. So maybe that was it.
He did, yeah, he did. Well, like there was more than that. Like okay, he had a yellow card for offside. He 2 missed penalties. Did he have penalty to touch and a restart? He put fucking he missed 2 of those, and then he had a clearance and a restart, went out in the full. Yeah. Like he had his worst game in a long, long time. Yeah. But in saying that, I would still start him in the final because one thing about Harry, apart from fucking Saturday, he has been very, very consistent. Maybe not fucking flash, but extremely consistent. And if that's his only off game of the season so far, hey, look, get it out of the way fucking early. And prep for the final. But so I wouldn't go on, yeah.
But that's the thing, like, you know, he had a rare bad game. It's out of the way now. Starting for the final because you can pretty much guarantee he's not gonna have that kind of performance again in a final. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd hope not. And like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like, if there's any time to do it, so if there's any time to do it, it's not at final time. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
do it you want to do it at a semi-final where you scrape through and you just get on with it. Do you know what
and
I mean?
Look, I think as well. Look, let's be honest here. Some of fucking Leinster's problems have been chopping and changing fucking tens, like fucking babies' nappies there, fucking for the last fucking number of years. So if you're going to fucking drop them again, like you're going to fucking another fellow with a fucking crisis of fucking confidence. So I think, yeah, get it out of the way. Everybody has a bad day at the office. He had a particularly bad one, but you fucking won the game. So yeah, I'd leave him where he is. Yeah, look, other than that, I thought I had a fucking marvelous game. I think I said to you, Matt, was Ian Tempest. He was fucking on the ball there. He was fucking spot on in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I have to say, right, that fucking, when he ruled out the try for the knock at the base with fucking Gibson Park.
Look, in all honesty now, did his hand come off that ball?
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
To me, I thought it was very fucking harsh. I thought it was fucking nitpicking. And if you want to fucking get out a microscope, you're going to find a fucking loads of fucking flaws in the fucking game. And in the spirit of the game, the thing moved a fucking millimeter. Fuck off, Tempest, will you? To be honest with you now. Yeah, that was my opinion on it.
Yeah, look, to me, there was never any separation.
No.
You know when they're scoring a try and they're always looking for the person to be in control of the ball and to place it down. Yeah. And if there's ever separation from the hand, it usually goes and they end up putting it down with their forearm. Yeah. To me, he constantly had although the ball did move, I'll grant it that, his hand was on the ball. But do they deem that now to be a knock on? Like
obviously they did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, that was
I thought
just
it was
my
harsh.
I thought it was harsh, but
yeah,
I think given the fact that we went on to win in the end, if we hadn't of, that would have been a turn or a sour point for Leinster fans. Do you know what I mean? So, but
yeah, and just as you mentioned earlier, Matt, that was another thing I was impressed with. The fact that they were down to 13 men starting the second half, and not only did he try and contain the game, they took the game to fucking Toulon and scored a try. I thought that was fucking excellent. That showed a hell of a lot of fucking fighting spirit, and I was impressed with that. To be quite honest with you,
yeah. Look,
maybe Ring Rose's conversion wasn't the best, but look, hey, he ain't the fucking 10.
Listen, a bit of crack, and the funny thing is,
somebody has to fucking kick the thing, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. And why not let the try scorer just have a pop anyway? Because sure, when will he get a try? When will they get a chance again? But again, like if we had a loss by bloody 1 point, you'd be fucking right that you missed a fairly easy conversion.
That's true. Well, look, like I said, there was a blue wall out there, and Toulon just couldn't break it. And they just couldn't get across the gain line. And like they did resort to putting a few balls in behind, and sure fucking Keenan mopped it up. So like Keane didn't see a lot of ball. He was actually relatively quiet in that game, but he was where he needed to be for any fucking high balls coming in.
But you see, I think both teams really kind of knew the capabilities of kicking high and giving high ball. You've got Jalibert at the back, and then you've got what's that other fella's name? Oh, it escapes me now. But on our side, then you've Keenan, and you've got two lads that are very comfortable at retaining ball and very comfortable under a high ball, and don't tend to give away much. That you're not gonna kick all day long because you have somebody there so secure that you're nearly guaranteed probably 98 to 99% of the time they're going to get that ball and pin you back. And it was never really a kick tennis game where Leinster were kicking, then Toulon were kicking, and sorry, not Jalibert. What am I talking about? What's that fucker's name? Anyway, it's gone out of my head.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't. It's not Jalibert plays for fucking Bordeaux, but it's not.
You did say that earlier. Okay, but I didn't like to correct you.
Albornoz.
Was that? Oh yeah, Albornoz. Okay, yeah.
You know when you've got.
Yeah, they sound so like.
100%.
The other with a J, but
no, we're both French. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, great French.
But like, and I thought he was quiet all game as well. He didn't have his best game.
No. Well, would you not think? Look, in general, I thought. I'm not trying to take from Leinster here, but I thought, because as I said, he did contain him well. But I didn't think Toulon were particularly impressive, and certainly not in attack. Attack was non-existent. Like their pods were sitting really, really fucking deep, right? And when they were so fucking static, they were running out of passing options after a couple of phases when they did move fucking forward, because the fucking pods, there was actually nobody to fucking pass them. They were running out of fucking steam constantly. And then their fucking scrum, that added to their fucking woes. You know, Leinster had the upper hand in the scrum. It was only when Yashvili came on that they actually managed. I think they got a fucking penalty, a scrum penalty, when Yashvili came along. Was brought off the bench. They were poor, which I don't think Bordeaux are going to be. That is going to be a whole fucking
Jaminet. That's the fella, not Jalibert. Jaminet. That's what I was trying to fucking say.
All right.
And they are close, so you'll forgive me for that one. But
close enough anyway.
I think you're bang on what you're saying. You know, But look, you know, again, that could have easily have been one of those games where Toulon were in Leinster's heads because we hadn't beaten them before. You know, and they controlled the game quite well, and especially when they were down to 13, I thought they handled that 12, maybe or 12, 14 minute period where there was two of them off I thought they handled that really well. And like I said, like come back into the second half where, it's really important, like end the first half with a good score or good possession or have that momentum kind of going into the second half. And then if you get a crucial score then straight in the second half, it kind of puts the seed of doubt into the other team. And I think the fact that like their defense, as you mentioned, Len, was actually unbelievable. Their defense was probably one of the best aspects of their game at the weekend. And if they do defend like that against a team like Bordeaux, we will certainly be within a chance. But again, we'll need to have super defense. We need to have super attacking. We need to be very clinical on the breakdown. We need to be careful with ball. We need to watch our discipline, and if we can get all them bits and pieces right, we're in with a shout. But there's no doubt about it. They're going to be a very dangerous team to play, and they are the reigning champions. So, by no means is this the fifth star on the over the crest. By no means. They will have to earn it. They really
don't start talking about fucking jerseys now, will you? Like, for fuck's sake. Like, it's grand for you lads, right? You're in a final now, go off and buy the European jersey. No fucking sympathy for Munster lads. Like, let's in the fucking final. Now we, like, La Rochelle, Toulouse, and then we have to go buy Bordeaux jerseys.
We had nothing. We didn't have
fortune.
We didn't have anything to do with you fucking getting knocked out of Europe. You did that all by yourselves.
Yes, but we all have to go buy Bordeaux jerseys. Down here in Munster. Like, that's not fucking fair, lads.
Off you pop.
Have fun. Actually, good comment in here from Dara. Len, just remember, Guinness are Leinster based, so unless you want to be drinking Beamish and Murphy's forever, you'll give Leinster the credit they're due.
I'll switch to Smithies. I know they're Kilkenny. No, fuck it, I'll stick with the Guinness.
The atmosphere at the game was surprisingly good. As we all know, the Aviva can be a bit flat, but it was a good game to be at. Really, Peter, you're at the game. I never knew that.
Was there a good Toulon fan base turnout? Was there? He might come on and tell us. I didn't.
He might
it didn't sound like it, to be honest with you.
It didn't.
Because the French usually make a lot of noise.
Yeah,
they do absolutely, and they have the ability to turn around.
No, there wasn't a good Toulon turnout there at all. There was a small pocket over where I was looking at it from, over to the right. So now, as you asked, I've come on and I've said, no, there wasn't a massive amount of Toulon support.
I didn't ask you to fucking come on. I asked you to put it in the fucking comment.
You said, well, I come on and tell you so. There you go. I've come on and told you there wasn't a huge amount of Toulon fans there. No. All right. Enjoy the rest.
Right, fuck off, Peter. This is our show.
Okay.
Darren Weston, YouTube.
It's all about him.
Yeah, YouTube have just been on to Burke to congratulate Len on the most fucks given in 30 minutes. Keep going, Len, and you might get the Guinness World Record for 1 hour.
Should hear me when I'm not trying to be polite.
Yeah, fuck that. Joe Lyons to go CSI on that play and not call out the Sinclair head contact on Gibson Park, which was clear red, showed where and what the mindset of Tempest was. Fuck Leinster. It was piss poor and Sinclair should have been cited. Let's see. I don't know. It's a complete joke, Joe, that the fact that we can't hear the ref talking to Timo and Lansdowne Road is infuriating. Let's see. Leinster fans buy the European jerseys at the start of the season. Really? I never knew that.
You got one down.
Yeah. There are maybe 500 Toulon fans scattering around stadium, Matt. There were a few French expats there in berets. Now, there is one more comment here. Where was it? By Gregor. Bevan, I've had enough of this Leinster chat. Get on with our win versus Exeter, Jack and Augustus. Great performances. So, Len, I suppose we will move on to that one. And once I know there's one comment here by Mike Sheedy. Leinster and Ulster games, job done, saying both teams win. Good for Irish rugby. From Irish rugby fan, also Munster fan. So, Len, I'll come to you on this one first. Ulster 29, Exeter 12. What do you make of that one?
Great game. Brilliant game. And talking about atmosphere, there's one thing fucking that game did not lack was fucking atmosphere. The place was fucking rocking. It was brilliant. Actually, it was there. We were just slagging there about Munster and Leinster, and we buy in Bordeaux and fucking La Rochelle and fucking Toulouse jerseys. Do you hear what Trimble said in the pre-game chat with Graham Little?
No.
Graham Little asked Trimble, he said, so far it's been like a great day for rugby. You know, Leinster are through to the final. Can also do the same. Trimble says, I'm not sure the people from Ulster and Connacht will view that as a good day for rugby.
Oh, that was just a bit cheeky now. Just a bit.
Well, he said didn't go through a fucking PR team for his comments anyway. But,
yeah.
I think he was talking off the cuff. But look, first half of that game, it wasn't champagne rugby by any means. And it was kind of every bit of dogfight we thought it would be. And it looked like it was going to be a very, very... Look, we all predicted a tight game last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were all kind of hoping that Ulster would get through. But, Ulster had other plans. They were fucking excellent. Patient build up at 15 minutes. Fucking Lowry try was chalked off. Bit like Leinster's game, both kickers missed penalties early on. Very similar. But look, I don't know. Jarno Augustus has been some signing for Ulster. He is just, and I think that guy can't get next to near a fucking Springboks team. You know, he's fucking excellent. He was. Look, he got man of the match, didn't he? He did.
He did, yeah.
He did, Jen. He deserved it.
I think he came off after like 50 or 55 minutes, and he was named man of the match.
Yeah, look, but it was still tight after that try, 7-0, and like we're half an hour in, and then Stockdale gets binned for not just a high tackle, but he fucking followed up with a full WWE body fucking slam on Mabosa. It was the fucking weirdest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He probably should have got 2 yellow cards if you can do such a fucking thing. Go on, you're fucked up. Like a high tackle, and then just fucking body slam on the ground. Look, you really thought Exeter were going to punish him and try and level up the game. But no, it fucking was it 10-7 going into the sheds.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
You know, and you really were expecting fucking more of the same in the second half, to be quite honest with you. I was just expecting more to get the same and kind of saying hopefully fucking Ulster. But like fucking they were revelation in the second half.
Yeah.
They were unreal. They just opened up and they fucking opened up Exeter. And that was the team that absolutely fucking hammered Munster in the opening round. And I was delighted to see Ulster fucking go to town on. I really, really was. I think the try of the game was on just before the hour. That break by Postlethwaite. Brilliant hands from Lowry. And a powerful finish by McCann. At that stage, like, I think they were fucking 21, 22, fucking 7 up. And you just think that nobody was going to catch him. The Ulster Maul for Thomas Stewart's try, fucking power. And yet again, we've been saying this all season, but that team bears no resemblance to the team that started last season. Because defensively, they're absolutely on a different level. You know, Exeter they just couldn't get a fucking sniff at him. You know, the consolation tries that Exeter got, and that's all you were at the net. Like somebody said, Ulster will be disappointed that they didn't nil Exeter in the second half. They willed their bollocks. They couldn't give a shit. They were straight in with celebratory beers and going, we're going to Bilbao. They couldn't give a shit about fucking 7 points. Get them to the end. Congratulations. There's only one caveat in that, which is we were talking about it, and I know you were talking to Johnny O'Connor on the Thursday night show, and they were talking about where they finished place-wise. But I think Johnny said, and you said, Matt, about going for balls out for the semi-final, you know?
Absolutely.
Now, they have 2 tough games. They have Glasgow and Stormers in their last 2 games in the URC. There is a possibility that they don't make the last 8. I'm not saying they will or they won't, but I said there is a possibility. If, for argument's sake, they finish 9th and they're out and they win the Challenge Cup and whoever finished 8th is going to be kicked out, there could be a possibility that Munster or Connacht could be hovering around the 8th place.
Yeah.
Unlikely with Munster now, but Connacht could be. Connacht could think they're through. Ulster win the Challenge Cup, and they'll take 8th place, and Connacht will be out. So hopefully it won't be one Irish team. I'd like to see Ulster win it, and hopefully it won't be expense of knocking
an Irish team out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, your thoughts on the Ulster extra game?
Yeah, well, look, much like Len said, I honestly thought it was going to be very, very close. And I only went with Ulster, pipping it really because they were at home, you know, but I did not expect the manner that they played that second half in. They actually just fucking blew Exeter away. I was disappointed that Exeter didn't put that much of a fight in the second half. I thought they did well in the first half, you know, and I thought they really would have put it to Ulster, but I think Ulster just had them everywhere on the park, you know. They just had them fucking everywhere, and they were like, as I said on the Thursday night show, you know, this is a chance for them to get through to a final, play for some fucking silverware. They need to just go balls out here and take every opportunity and have the belief that the team can fucking get to a final. And they did. And they absolutely did. And they deserved it as well because they were unbelievable. But from 1 to 23, they were all fantastic. Augustus was probably he was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. He was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And, you know, I thought Tom Stewart and Tom O'Toole up front also had a great game. I thought Ian Henderson had a really fantastic game. Throwing it back to him 10 years ago, he was a menace. Izuchuku had a fantastic game. I thought Doak and Murphy were fucking brilliant together. I thought Doak had a really, really super game.
Yeah, there's actually comment there by Bevan. Jack Murphy is going to be a star out half for the Ireland future if he gets the right treatment and doesn't get thrust in too early.
I'd agree there, yeah.
I
mean,
would,
another guy in the Big 10.
We are very lucky on this island at the moment that we have an incredible talent at out half and so many to choose from that you know anybody could do a job. And look, Jack Murphy proved there at the weekend for Ulster playing Exeter that he's well able to compete, you know, and I can't wait to see him play in a final against Montpellier. I think it's going to be an absolute belter of a game. You know, I thought
something just after fucking popping into the fucking bouncing around the last few fucking brain cells I have.
What brain cells?
I just wonder. I wonder does the fact that having Doak on the pitch that's also a fucking kicker, does that take some of the pressure off of Jack Murphy?
Absolutely.
You know, I just something that has only just occurred to me in all this fucking time. Just, you know, as I say, these things just fucking bounce around like fucking cheese. And fucking...
like you got to remember, Sexton had Murray playing alongside him a lot of the time, and Murray was a very, very good place kicker. You know, and more often than not, like if Sexton was having a bad day off the tee, he'd call upon fucking Conor Murray.
I wouldn't say more often than not now.
No, but you know what I'm saying. When he did have his off days, it is nice to know that you have somebody on the team that can fucking kick if you're having a bad day. But look, you know, I was going to say...
We're obsessed here with the 10 kicking, whereas in France, they don't give a flying fuck.
No,
so long as you slot between the posts.
You could be scrum half, you could be a fucking winger, it doesn't matter. They just fucking... Whoever kicks. Like, they don't give a shit.
They draw the line of forwards now.
I tell you what, Stu McCluskey, again, had another fucking cracker of a game. And Postlethwaite beside him, I think Postlethwaite is going to be another one to watch out for. I thought Zach Ward
profile is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach Ward again, menacing on the wing. And I actually thought Lowry, fullback, had a decent enough game as well. So
he had a great game.
Yeah. So look, I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see that final. I think it's going to be an absolute belter again.
Yeah, but at one stage there was a lovely little fucking work down the wing between fucking Breen and Zach.
Yeah.
Another fuck, and the fuckers called it back. They should have just left it standards and fucking been a try between their brothers.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. There is a good comment here by Gregor saying that Joe regards having the backup kicker Joe for Jack Murphy. I would say it does focus on the playmaker role, especially if he's having a bad game, or maybe feels like he's having an off day. He go look then he take shots or whoever else he wants to kind of give the kicking duties to. I think it does take that pressure off the 10 said that they have to take full responsibility for it.
And I've said it before, Danny, that 10s are under unique pressure compared to any other position on the pitch.
Yeah,
because of that kick and roll.
Like the funny thing is, I was looking at that extra team, and I mentioned it in the group as well. They're stacked. They've got Australians, they've Italians, they've Fijians, they've fucking South Africans. I think there's more foreign players on that team than there is fucking English players.
Yeah, but that's where English rugby is going anyway. They're trying to get the best players from around the world, and that's it. Yeah, I think the more focus on having that than actually having producing good quality English players. I'm not saying they don't have them, but it's not like the Irish system where you have to have a set amount, or the French system where you have to have a set amount of French players in the squad and in the starting 23 as well, or in the 23 match day squad, from what I've read anyway. But they again, I suppose maybe that's just their system.
Maybe why English rugby is in the position it's in at the moment.
Maybe
as the national team.
Yeah, Peter. Second time he has asked this question tonight, and we'll touch on it quickly before we move on to next weekend's games. Do we have a world class 10? A question I was asked at the moment.
By who?
Some New Zealander, I think.
What's your source? You're supposed to be a fucking journalist.
Was that his BBC, mate? Was it?
1 second. Let's see if we can find the original comment here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the original one. Lads, a message I got from a lad who runs the New Zealand rugby fan group. He asked me, does Ireland have a world class number 10? There you go. That's the original comment.
Currently, I would say no.
I agree.
Do we have the potential to have a world class 10? Absolutely. And I think, and I think a lot of the guys that are up for contention, you've got Jack Crowley, Sam Prendergast, Harry Byrne, Jack Murphy, all of them.
Kieran Frawley.
If
you get time with them at Connacht,
yeah, he'd be going to Connacht and he'd be starting 10 for them. But like any of them have the ability to be a world class player, but they need the right coaches, they need the right mentality,
system.
They're not exactly, and I would say my answer to that question would be currently right now, no, but we have we have players there that have the potential to become world class 10s.
One point I'm making that, Matt, is for as long as I can remember, I think the last time we had so many good options at 10 was probably about 40 years ago. When you had the whole ward and campus situation.
Yeah.
As you said, we have 5 lads competing for that 10 jersey. I don't ever remember us as a national team having that much depth in that 10 position.
We struggled to have 2 over the years. We struggled to have 2 decent 10s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like there was times when Eric Elwood, then he was in decline, and Humphreys was coming in. Then O'Gara was coming in when Humphreys was declining. Same with
Elwood for whatever reason. I don't know why. You're another class fucking player.
Yeah, but like, to be honest, we've always had kind of one coming in when another was more or less going out. Now we have a rake of young lads, and probably a couple more potential 10s coming in. Because let's not forget, we've got Charlie Tector at Leinster as well, who has proven he's a very good 10 with the under 20s as well. So we've probably got the best amount of options we have. We've got young Wood coming through at Munster as well. We've plenty of options coming in the future. So like we're not short on options. Maybe it's the fact we don't need a world class 10 right now, but we need a 10 that'll fit the system we need or the team we're playing. So yeah, that's it. More than focusing on one guy. Every guy has their own strengths, their own weaknesses. So maybe it's just adapting around that. Anything to add on that, Lynn? The 10 situation?
Yeah, I'd agree. We don't have a world-class 10 at the moment. But I think we do have an international class 10 in Crowley at the moment. He's probably the most rounded of all of them. And he is international quality. And he's done it and he's proved it. But I think Frawley needs more game time at when he gets down to Connacht. Harry Byrne is very, very consistent. He's been fucking very, very good since his return to Leinster. Sam has a thing. He just needs to be left alone, I think, for next season. Just give him time to URC, give him a chance to rebuild his confidence. I think the lads, as you said, I think definitely Crowley, if he can get his kicking in line, he has every other aspect of the game. If he can get his kicking percentages up, he could possibly be closest to a world-class 10 we have at the moment. But look, these things chop and change, and guys evolve, and guys regress. So you don't know where you're going to be with any of them this time next season, but hopefully all of them kick on.
Yeah, but like as I was discussing barely a few minutes ago, maybe having someone on the pitch with him that can take over kicking duties if needed.
No, Danny, because to be a world-class 10, you need to be able to kick.
Yeah. And because
that's what we're talking about now, world class. So to be world class, Dan Carter didn't go out on the pitch worrying, if I'm not great, one of the other lads will fucking knock it over for me. That's what made him a world class 10.
Yeah, absolutely. But they get with Peter in here said we need a world class 10 for the Rugby World Cup. I know we do, but at the same time you have to work with the best with what you got as well. Anyway, you see, short-sighted by the RFU and Leinster allowing Ross to head off. Which your lines?
That was a short sighted. Ross.
Ross,
yeah.
Was Ross going to kick on any more than what he did? I think not from an IRFU point of view, but I think maybe from a Leinster point of view, they probably could do with Ross there at the moment. Because with Frawley gone, they're kind of okay. They have Tector as well. Things are looking a little bit more iffy. They had a fucking surplus of 10s a year or so ago. Now they're slightly in bother. But from an international point of view, I don't think it was short-sighted leaving Ross go. No.
No, I did. Besides, I think Joe, with the way Ross plays the game, I'm not sure he's fitting to Leinster's style of attacking system at the moment. He's good.
I think, are we talking about now international? I think he said IRFU. I think we're talking about international rather than Leinster.
Yeah, right. But the one thing I've noticed about Ross Byrne, he's a good playmaker, but he sits back a bit too far for the way Farrell wants the game to play. He first kind of have the running 10 that plays right hand line more often than not. And I think for me, Ross, as good as he is, as good as a playmaker is, he just sat a bit too deep for that. So unless you're looking to switch up the game with him coming on at some stage, I'm not sure he was going to be staying on there anyway.
Yeah, look, Ross was very, very consistent, but I don't think he was. I think he was at kind of the height of his powers really when he left. He was never going to kick on any more than that. And look, you need to give the younger lads a chance. And look, they gave a younger lad as in his brother. They opted for his brother instead.
Yeah. Joe Lyons in here. We've several 10s. All not finished article having an established 10 that could have bridged till the others came up to speed is where I'm coming from. It's a good point, but like as I said, if he's not fitting the system, why have him in there?
Yeah.
That's just my take. I'd go out for every position on the field.
Yeah, look, I see where he's come from that. He probably was the most experienced 10 still in the system. So yeah, like there may be some merit to that, but is he blocking a place for a lad to get through, or do we just keep throwing Ross out when we need to and then the lad's only getting bench time? So sometimes you have to fucking shit or get off the pot and stick in the fucking young lad and give him his head.
Yeah. I suppose we'll come to the weekend's games anyway. Matt, I'll come to you on this one first. Ulster versus Stormers on Friday night. Who do you see winning that one? Oh, sorry, wrong games. That's round 18. Just came up here. Anything?
No, you're right.
Oh yeah. Ulster Stormers Friday night. How do you see that one going?
I'll probably give it to Ulster because they're at home.
Yeah. Then Ulster Stormers. How do you see that one going?
It's gonna be a tough game. Fucking tough game. Man, is there something floating over your head there?
No.
So you're like kind of. I don't know. You're like seeing fucking angels or something there on the screen. I don't know what you're at.
What's the reflection of the lights, is it?
I don't know. No, you can't seem to be looking up and to the right there. I'm getting worried about you.
Sorry, I have the TV on.
See? Should have been a fucking detective, me. Anyway, carry on.
Detecting where the good Guinnesses, because that's the only thing you can detect. The only thing you're good at detecting is for good Guinnesses. It's all you can do. That's the only good thing you can detect. Everything else, forget about it.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, you'd hope for an Ulster win. It's going to be tough. They are now on two fronts, but the final is not till fucking the end of May, so they're going to give it their all. Will they be a bit of a fucking hangover? They played their full fucking squad against Exeter. It's going to be tough ask.
Will they send the full squad up?
I don't think they will.
Oh, I don't think they will.
I don't know.
Somers are in the quarterfinals anyway, so they're probably going to the home quarterfinals as well. So they're probably not going to be too pushed about it.
They'll not send the full squad up there.
Yeah, they'll probably keep them right in there. Actually, Pauline is in here tonight, in response to your comment what Matt was looking at, and she goes, "It's his halo," laughing emoji.
Yeah. Halo. There's no fucking halo around my head, I can tell you that now for a moment.
We'll have to change the avatars there. Bishop Len and Saint Matt. Mom.
Yeah. Then I'll come to you on this one next anyway. Leinster hosting the Lions on Saturday at 5:30.
I'm hoping Leinster caused a lot of damage here and they soften them up before we have to play them the following week. I don't fucking know. Yeah, look. The Lions have been a fucking revelation this season.
Yeah, they have.
I don't know. I actually don't know where their form has come out of. Somebody mentioned steroids, but I don't believe that.
What's a samples and steroids? You must be joking, then.
I don't know. Look, I don't know. Yeah, they'll be very, very competitive. I think these guys are fucking pushing as well, so they're going to come all fucking guns blazing for Leinster. Look, we'll go with an Irish team again, but I think that's going to be a very interesting game.
Yeah. Matt, your thoughts on the Leinster Lions game on Saturday?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a tough game. You know, Lions have been, as Len said, a revelation this season. I think they were the bottom quarter of the table last season.
And they were 11 or fucking whatever they were, 11 or 12, something like that. Yeah,
they were down around. They weren't
at the bottom anyway.
They weren't down very bottom, but they were in that last quarter of the table.
11 or 12, something like that.
They're third at the moment, and they're actually above Leinster. Even though they're both on 53 points, but yeah, look, I think it could be a tough game. You know, Lions have been very, very good this season, very strong. You know, I'd give it to Leinster only because they're at home, but I think it could be a very tough, very tight, tough game.
Yeah, because even Joe Lyons is saying here, Lions are not going to be an easy game, and Leinster team section could be telling this game is not straightforward.
This is I think Joe is right. It's all dependent on what team Leinster decide to field for this one.
Yeah. Because he got a comment in here a minute or two ago as well saying Warriors versus Cardiff on Friday could be a huge one regarding placing. Cardiff win would be huge for us. So it could not give a chance to leapfrog Glasgow maybe.
Yeah.
Matt, I'll come to you on the last URC game of the weekend. Connacht hosting Munster. How do you see that one going?
Oh, that's gonna be a belter of a game, lads. I tell you, there's a lot for both teams to play for here. You know, Munster won't want to lose because they could possibly drop out of that top 8. Whereas if Connacht win, they could go into the top 8. So there's a lot at stake. There really is. There's a lot at stake in this game. And it's going to be two good teams going hell for leather at it. that's probably one of the toughest games we're going to have to make a call.
Look, Matt, stop fucking pissing about there and call Connacht to win, right? We won't fucking think any less of you. Work away.
No, we
don't
need
be trying to humour myself and Danny here, right?
No, we need Burke saying a Connacht winner, okay?
That's what
we need. Yeah.
You need Burke saying a Connacht win. Yeah, look, I mean, I suppose the fact that Connacht are at home, are they?
Yep. Yeah. Sold out with ages that game.
That could be the favor for Connacht. You know, the fact that they're at home. If it was being played in Thomond Park, you'd be favouring Munster. So look, you know, I know you two boys are going to go Munster, obviously. So it'd be rude of me to side with the Munster men on this occasion. So I'm going to go with a Connacht.
Pauline, have a word with your son there, will you? Come on, have a word with him. Fuck's sake. So you're going with Connacht, is it, Matt?
Well, Burke's after fucking you up now, big time.
Why? What did you say?
Munster will hammer Connacht.
Would you ever piss off, Mark, will you?
You know what? If Munster win this one,
don't mind that, Danny. You done that on fucking purpose.
Yeah. You know what? If Munster actually win this and hammer Connacht, that could be his blue moon prediction.
Yeah, he's due one, actually.
He's due one,
he does get one right every now and again.
I don't think there'll be any hammering in this fucking game. I think it's going to be a tight, tough game. As Matt said, there's a fucking huge amount riding on it for both teams. Connacht are in a fucking good vein of form at the moment.
Yeah.
They have home advantage. And look, let's be honest. With the new stand, the Clan stand and the whole lot, it's turned into a lovely little stadium. They have extra capacity there, so they're building an atmosphere there that's making it a little bit more intimidating for visiting teams.
Yeah,
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for a Munster win. We've had a lot of fucking baggage and a lot of shit to put up with over the last few weeks off the pitch. I hope it doesn't affect the performance on the pitch, and the guys just get on and do their fucking day job, and just ignore that choice. And really hope, I'm really hoping for a Munster win. And the horrible thing about Interpros at this time of year, when lads are, teams are vying for slots in the last 8, that effectively you're taking. 2 Irish teams are taking points of each other, but look, it is what it is. So, tight game, and I'm going for a Munster win. Without a huge amount of confidence.
Pauline, please be Munster. And said earlier that, Jesus, did that deal by Peter?
Yeah.
Let's see, Mike Sheedy, round 17 URC Munster win this weekend. Joe Lyons, is Len agreeing with me? Fuck, he's definitely pissed. No,
I've already just started, so there's no way I'm pissed. What am I agreeing with?
There was something he said about the Lions being a dodgy game against Leinster or something.
No, that's true.
Yeah. No, lads, we have one major problem because the women are playing as well Saturday, but their game starts at 6:30. So that means they're going to be overlapping with the Leinster game and the Interpro as well. But I get your predictions on them as well. Or was it 6:30? Ireland hosting Wales in Ravenhill. Matt, how do you see that one going?
The women are going to win that game, and I think they win it comfortably as well. I think it could be 15, 20-point win easily.
Then Ireland, Wales up in Belfast. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, look, I don't think the Welsh women have a chance in this one, to be quite honest with you. I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think it'll be a good win for the Irish women. They've had they had a tough game against fucking England, world champions, and then they had France up next. But yeah, I think this is the one they're going to really go out and target. And make a statement.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, in fairness, though, they still made statements against the English and the French to show how well they can play. They're unlucky, as we said, there was 2 weeks ago that they were unlucky, last week that they were unlucky to have, was it 3 tries knocked off against the French as well. So
in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes, 3 knocked off. Yeah, but like this will be one where that level that they've achieved over the last season under fucking Scott Mond is where it'll reflect on the scoreboard rather than it didn't in the last 2. So I think they'll be looking to put up a big score here.
Yeah. So hopefully, anyway, it'll be. I'd say it'll be 3 from 4 next weekend. Anyway, it's just a question of if Connacht beat Munster or Munster beat Connacht next weekend. Anyway, Mike Sheedy is going for a women's win as well. Anyway, on the weekend.
Yeah, Mike.
So that's I suppose until next week. That's Matt.
Are we finished?
Yeah, we're finished. No, we're finished. Yeah.
What time is it?
25 to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know where time goes when we start chatting on these things.
Look, Glenn, we're so good at talking bollocks that at this stage it's just a case of an hour and 5 minutes.
In it, Danny. You have a fucking masters.
Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes. It seems like 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. We had a lot more to cover that we didn't get. Never mind. We'll go to another.
Actually, you know what? That's before I finish this show. There's one commentary I want to give by Joe Lyons. Great thing about the women's game is that the players coming through great results against the English team that beat them 41-40 in Coventry. Actually, thanks, Joe. I completely forgot to give a mention to that. I think that was their first under-20s win this year. And even covered in the group as well, that it was a great win. I think even one of them said that they weren't used to being more used to losing to England, but absolutely fantastic win for the under-20s players, and I think they showed that
you can't really hold up much hope for the Welsh women because when you see the results the Wolfhounds and the Clovers put up on the Welsh teams,
but like to be honest with you, you give a fair amount of Welsh players in the PWR as well, so maybe that's it. But lads, until next week, Matt, Lynn, take care. And thanks for all the comments as well, much appreciated.